Hello, I am Shidoshi Luis Nogueira. We are here at Hombu Dojo, and I would like to share with you a training that it's having on a private class, Sensei Rebecca Roca, with Shidoshi Dan Augusto, preparing her for her graduation as Shidoshi in the next years. Then let's go what is happening inside the dojo. Let's go. Okay, you could see that Shidoshi Jordan, it's explaining some things to Sensei Rebecca for her preparation to Shidoshi. You could see that are very, very powerful, violent, and also cruel techniques that are studied under the method that it's called heavy dori. This heavy comes from snake, and dori means to take, to pick, to catch. Then it's like catching, picking like a snake. The key here is to damage the neck, that you could see in the following sequences that is explaining to Sensei Rebecca. You could see that here it's controlling the neck like a scissors. It's also very powerful because she's suffering a lock on the neck with the heel. She does yoga, and at the same time the elbow was stressed, the right elbow. You could see as one moving, flexion, making a flexion on the neck and restraining both shoulders and arms in order to control. Key here on the snake is the twisting movement that will apply to the shoulder waist. We have crossed here the both arms and having control in order to twist. Like I have explained before, you could see that it's very powerful, the extension on the neck. The key here is when they were dealing with violent enemies, I mean assassins, killers, and they need to deal with employ tough techniques, violent techniques, in order to have control on the enemy. You could see that here the calf is making a very strong pressure to the neck. One more time, striking on the face, avoiding the enemy to react, and from here having control on both shoulders on the back, but at the same time trying to find a way to overextend or flex the neck in order to cause very hard pain on the enemy, and avoiding, in this case, as you could see, the neck is controlled by the heel, and at the same time the elbow has passed to one side to the other. In one you have a shoulder lock, and right now it's finding an elbow lock, employing also the lap and the leg completely. She's saying that she is controlled and she is suffering a strong pain for the both control of the shoulders. When she's trying to draw the sword, having control both wrists on the back, and right now it's centering the leg for the control, passing to the other side. The knees controlling the full body, and the other is passing. One more time, trying to draw, putting the hand on the face, grabbing, passing. Right now, the leg over the shoulders, having right now stepping on the neck, stepping on the head, and also passing for having both control. Very uncomfortable position and impossible to escape. One more time, double strike, passing to the other side, gaining the back, and from here, take a look what is happening with the heel, passing inside by a backward movement, and from here, having control also with an elbow lock. Sensei Rebecca is feeling that it's very unpredictable. One more time, passing the leg over the head and having a strong control. here. Right now we have a lock. Let's have a closer look here. Bending the arm on this position, having control, extending, and also passing with the calf to make a pressure on the armpit and also to the neck. The idea right now is to have control on the other side, but also at the same time having control on the neck, close to the lap, and make a twist, a bend to the side to have the control at the same time. It's having also the lock to the other arm. Putting the palm on the lap and also having both controls. The same thing if the uke it's in a side position, lateral position, and right now having control on the heel. Take a look where the heel was placed, and right now moving and having control on the knee to the humerus to have control also on the elbow. And here, putting the palm on the lap, and from here, in order to dismember, to open the clavicular area. As you can see, it's a very, very deep class, fully detailed, in order that the Shidoshi were also very well prepared. Take also care that it's having care on the partner, on the student, and need to be also practiced in a slow movement. Take a look where the foot has been placed. It were under the neck. Right now it passes to the other side, and this is a very characteristical position on this hebidori, because we have control on both arms together on the back, and also to the neck over stress. Great practice. Okay, I have the permission here to see other studies that Sensei Rebecca is receiving from Shidoshi Jordan here for her preparation to Shidoshi. Right now we are in a more jiu-jitsu practice, it seems, but we are dealing with what it's called kumodori. This kumo comes from spider, and this dori means, as I have explained before, to take, to pick, or to catch. And it's the pick of the catch of the spider. You could see that right now it's in a very strong control. The neck was pressed close to the knee, to the left knee, and also with the arm. One more time, trying to draw, strike, passing to the side as a way to don't handle any knife or any other weapon. Passing to the back, having control on both arms, and at the same time, it's very painful movement to have control on the legs and shoulder at the same time. You could see we are not dealing with gentle techniques. We are dealing, in any case, before and right now, with very tough techniques, because the key here is when we are dealing with violent men, with expertise men, that could be with a very reactive behavior and a very violent behavior, then we have to care about. Right now it's having control at the same time. It's a very classical way on this kumo dori. Take a look where the palms are set together, and at the same time control two on the neck in order to break. The goal here is not to restrain, but also to break, because the key here is to eliminate, to take out of the normal life violent people. This hand is trying to catch but right now it's passing to the side, and we have also performed 3 points lock. We have here the leg, also the neck, that is very painful, and on third position we have the elbow. Almost study here, trying to draw, restraining, having control on the arm and passing down the leg. This is more like a kumobito. This is very particular from our tradition. Passing to the other side, having control on the other shoulder, and at the same time also with the left making a pressure also on the neck. Then we have 4 points control. Next one, trying to draw, move to the back, cross, and entering the hand to the lapel and passing to the side. A very classical movement from Jiu-Jitsu, but empowered by the control under the legs to pass, and also right now going to the neck in order to break. Going to the ankle and having and passing over it. 3 points control. You could see both shoulders, neck, and at the same time control on the heel, moving, passing, and replacing as a way to get the skills to understand fully this method. Go Kumodori. Next one. One more time. Trying to draw. Control on both legs. Throwing on Kagyotoshi. Passing the neck with the calf and here at the same time having control on the wrist and also on the elbow. Passing with a bended the elbow. Face down to the ground, and right now move to rip the biceps, and with one hand we have a triple control. You could see bended, the other arm is straight and the neck is flexed. Starting from this position on the back, double strike on the ribs, double strike on the face, on the ears, both control on the here. You could see how it's controlled, and attraction in order to enter with the pit to the neck, placing the palms on the laps, moving forward. Passing right now the leg over the neck, and from here, remember that we are dealing with a spider. It's the catch of the spider. Then we need to walk our limbs as a spider could do it. Okay, this is the explanation. Okay, let's go to the third side of that class that we enter and we interrupt what they are performing. What they are performing is with attack of Makuchi, with the Bokuto. They gain this control and take a look what is happening, because they have a strong pressure on the elbows at the same time on the neck. It's powerful. This is part of the method that we have been explaining. This method is called Usuzume Bachi Dori. Usuzume Bachi, it's the giant Asian hornet. We are dealing with a big hornet, big wasp, that it's known in the tradition as being very violent. It's a classical animal linked to the assassins. Kesagiri from here, control on the neck, moving and passing to the side. Release the katana, and from here, relax the body for not injure or partnered. Remember that we are dealing with strong techniques, violent ways to control and to okay, let's go to the side. And from here, passing to the other side. Let's go to the ground. The idea is to fall with a strong, going down violent. And now enter in, having control also here on the neck in order to break. One more time. Right now, attacks on 1 and 2 movements, entering by this side, having control, passing the left hand to control inside the, close to the elbow. The other hand enters to control the neck. This arc is very violent. And from here, let's move, relax, because this could be also violent and cruel. Let's go to the ground and falling, trying to overextend both elbows at the same time. Going up, place the calf in front of the palm, and right now open and passing the arm over the face in order to overextend neck or flex the neck in order to damage, pressing with our body. Or trunk. Makuchi attack, strike, pass, both controls, close to the face, pass to the side, control here, let's move to a lateral position, having control on the left leg and the right arm. You could see here what is happening. You could see how the wrist and the foot it's put, and right now it's placed the other the right leg in order to open and break on the knee. And you have also, if you change position, you shift position, you have the other leg to make a flexion on the neck. Right to the other side, and you have crossed like a triangle, but without closing. And this is for Osuzume Bachi Dori, the control of the hornet, the Great Asian hornet. Today, I would like to share some more explanations about the scenes that you have seen of Shidoshi Odan explaining to Sensei Rebecca, preparing for Shidoshi graduation. And I would like to also add some more information that could be going deep in what we are treating today. Today we are explaining some things very deep on the history of Japan and very especially to our tradition. Then first of all, I would like to advise that these techniques couldn't be performed as a gentle way, and need to be also explained by a master in order to avoid any kind of injury to the partner. Then I ask you for more explanations, not only to watch this video, but also go to a professional, to a master for tradition, to be explained and to be taught on those methods. What we are dealing today is some techniques that are called Kirikizamu. This Kirikizamu could be translated directly to heal, to chop up, to mantle, or to mince. But in our tradition, is explained as a way to tear the skin, or also to rip or to cut up, as a way to defend and to generate submission to very violent people. These violent people were assassins that work for the daimyo, for a personality, a lord. then they were called shikaku nin. Shikaku means assassin, or it's a pseudo verb that it could be also employed to assassinate. And in the other way, we have the role that will perform the control, the submission, that it will be the teifusa. Teifusa were persons that are determined as officials, then were like police working for the shogunate in order to restrain, to catch those enemies that were threatening any important of the shogun or the laws of the urban control that it's needed to keep. Then these teifusa were in front of the shikakunin. Then the shikakunin were professional. Then the methods that need to be used by these teifusa were especially named from our tradition. You cannot find in other tradition, maybe in other will be named in the other way, and the methods are completely different. Then we have to have in mind clearly that we are doing something very special from our tradition. Then those methods were called Kirikizamu, that are composed by three methods. That it's what we have seen with Shidoshi Jordan. The hebidori, that means the catch of the serpent, the snake. Kumodori, that means the catch of the spider. And Ozuzume Bachidori, that means the catch of the giant hornet, the giant Asian hornet. And those methods were developed to perform some kind of submissions, to control, to offer the shikakunin, to catch and restrain the shikakunin, also with ropes, in order to take them to the emperor, to the shogun, or to any other daimyo, in a way to being cut off the head, to behead, to decapitate in front of the shogun or the personality as a trial. Then they were taken because they were maybe being traitors or being have not accomplished the task that has been paid for. Then these shikakunin were restrained by the teifusa for that purpose. Then the way to control them was this method that we have shown, and also was employed what is this kaginawa. Kagi means hook, and nawa it's a rope. Then it's a rope with a hook or several hooks that were employed as a very fast technique to be controlled. This is how it's employed in our tradition. When we are dealing with this kaginawa, where as a way to perform fast knots, because it also could be not only employed to generate easy knots, but also could be employed this hook to pierce in the skin and also restrain some bones that could be open to be also with this control, or also could be employed on the proper clothes. Then in this case, for starting and beginning the explanation, because I have many details to offer to you today, I will ask Sensei Rebecca to put here on the neck a cloth or a towel to protect, because one of the most characteristical methods were on the following way. When they have this, if maybe the enemy it's looking, look to the jinja here. If she is looking in this case forward, what we will have here is I will pass, restrain, only I will take care. And from here, they will pull on the rope and trying to go to the ground. And for example, I will be carrying, because I will pull in order to to take her to the ground. Please go to the ground right now in order to protect. And from here, I will continue pulling as a way to choke and until she is completely knocked out. She is completely restrained. And from here, after she has lost the conscience, I will go forward and restrain also the hands and restrain whatever in order to bring her to the personality, the shogun or right whatever. Now, it's we cannot show the full details. That it's better to check with some master of all tradition to understand what will happen in those cases, because maybe sometimes the hands will be cut out, or also will be the fingers will some of them cut off depending on the betrayal that they have performed. For example, in the cases that the assassin has betrayed the Lord by cause of the money, in those cases we're usually put a classical belt, a classical obi that were usually worn by the prostitutes, mainly what they were called the tayu, that were lesser courtesans, and oiran that were higher courtesans. That the characteristic here is to wear the knot of this obi in front and not by the back. Then they usually put this obi on the traitor in front, and put the knot in front as a symbol, a sign that he has betrayed the Lord for money. Then this is one of the characteristics. But for going deeper and further, we need to explain in person those details that were kept as hidden. Moreover that, I would like also to explain how fast it could be the performance of a knot. And in this case, for example, we will have the aid of Sensei Rebecca here, but because we need to perform in violent way, but for not injure my partner, I will do it in a very soft way that you will also understand. For example, if we are not going to the neck, we are going completely to the body, we will have this here that is also very powerful. And from here, we could go up and restrain the neck here. And from here, we have the control on this side. Take a look on what is happening here. The Tatsuki I will take out because this is not helping us in order to watch. Sorry. Okay. What we have here, remember that we have to keep on statics. First of all, if we have the hook here, we will go to this side, we could pass, and from here go and pass to the other side. This is a very fast way to control one arm. And right now, let's go to the other. I release a little from here, one, also passing here for the two, and going to the other side right now. And we care about the aesthetics, be symmetrical, and keep also from here. We could end also with a knot here, or maybe keeping control of both sides in order to end a classical knot. And as you could see, if we perform it fast, we have a very fast, because the first control, what we have on the Ichimonji, you could see on this side, we have here under the chest, and we have here on the neck with two parallel lines. It's very fast to perform. The rest is when you have control on the ground, you have this, and you could see that the aesthetics, it's so, it's appreciable. From here I will release. Only to end this class, I would like only to explain some details about how to perform and more explanations about what you have seen in the explanation with Shidoshi Jordan, that was masterly performing and explaining to Sensei Rebecca here. Then, first of all, for example, when we are dealing, please, Rebecca, could you stand on Seiza position? On Hegidori, the key here will be the following concept and principle. avoiding her to draw a sword, I could come here to the neck and pass, stepping over here on the calf and also restraining, avoiding her to draw any kind of Dentou. I could step on or block here, making unavailable to go out. From here, the key to perform, dependently that we need to don't kill the enemy, we could be so hard. From here, what we will do is we will fall here to the ground, but take a look what is happening here. My leg is going backwards, is stressing the neck, at the same time the arm here is opening. We could have it on this position or this position, that it's also very painful because from here could break when we turn. Then in some cases Hebidori it's used to break the necks because they believe that the snake need to be taken out or beheaded. Then it's the key to attack to the neck, but also could be applied on a circular movement like enrolling by ourselves. But it is also other explanation for this Hebidori. Then we have here the key to understand all the methods that were performed by Shidoshi Luis, but of course this is something that only could be explained by a professional master, by a Shidoshi that has been trained in that. Then, for example, the next one that is Kumodori, I will explain in something very, very interesting. That, for example, we have on Jujutsu practice like Kumobito, that it's also very, very practical here. For example, they use, when example, they were attacked, for example, like a Dentou, they used to join here in order to avoid that they could be hit by any kind or strike. Then they could pass here to the ground or pass to this side to control the scapula, because if she tries to attack me, I have the control here on the scapula to go to the ground. But the key here, this could see something very regular, something very easy, but the key here is the following. When she will be falling, I haven't performed, I will keep here my, would you see, here my calf, and here passing forward. As you could see that I am opening here, what it's, that point. This is very violent when she is falling, to do it here, to break, and of course, to have the control to break and behave as a spider. And the last one is the Ozuzume Batshidori, that is a control on the, for example, if she takes a sword. Ozuzume Batshi is like a Asian Japanese hornet, but they are big and they were known as very violent, and these were a symbol for assassins. Then the key here is to escape, for example, from an attack, because this is like way they could attack me, they could pierce me, and here I could, the sting, we need to go out of the sting. Having control from here, and from here passing, and I could have this control here. We could, maybe break in order to release, going to the ground, and of course having also the same ways to control and to break, and in the other techniques. Then all these three methods are part of this Kirikizamu, that means itself the way to tear, but are part of this Teifusha that were people, officials, in order to control the assassins. Thank you very much for the attention and keep watching our channel. See you next time.